Algae are photosynthetic organisms, which mean they get their energy from the sun to develop. They are significant in aquatic food webs. The excessive algal growth becomes visible to the naked eye and can be green, blue-green, red, or brown depending on the type of algae. The overgrowth of microscopic algae in fresh, salt, or brackish waters is called an algal bloom. Under the right conditions, algae may grow out of control, and a few of these blooms produce toxins that can kill fish, mammals, and birds, and may cause human illness or even death in extreme cases. Other algae are non-toxic, but eat up of all the oxygen in the water as they decay, clog the gills of fish and invertebrates, or smother corals and submerged aquatic vegetation. Still, others discolor water, form huge smelly piles on beaches, or contaminate drinking water. Collectively, these events are called harmful algal blooms or HABs.
Many algae species thrive when wind and water currents are inefficient. According to the studies, algal blooms may also be connected to overfeeding, which happens when nutrients, mostly phosphorus and nitrogen, from lawns and agriculture run into bays, rivers, and the sea. At the base that overfeeds the algae that naturally exist in the ecosystem. Natural phenomena such as slow water circulation, exceptionally high water temperatures, and extreme weather events such as storms, floods, and drought can all cause algal bloom.
Algal blooms caused by certain types of algae and cyanobacteria happen in bodies of water around the world. We can be exposed and get sick through the following. First, skin contact. Anyone who comes into touch with a body of water that contains dangerous algae, cyanobacteria, or their toxins can get infected. Skin irritation and other reactions in people and animals can vary depending on how long they were in contact with the contaminated water. It can also depend on the type and amount of toxins in the water.
Second, breathing in toxins. People can be exposed to algal or cyanobacterial toxins by breathing in tiny water droplets, mist, or sea spray from contaminated body of water. You can breathe in toxins even if you do not go into the water. Third, swallowing contaminated water. People and animals can be exposed to algal or cyanobacterial toxins when they drink contaminated water. This can happen during recreational activities such as accidentally drinking water while swimming and by drinking contaminated tap water. Fourth, eating contaminated food. People and animals can be exposed to toxins when they eat seafood. In fresh water, fish can become contaminated with cyanobacterial toxins by eating other animals that already have toxins in their bodies, and in salt water. When shellfish filter and concentrate water that contains toxins, they can get contaminated with algal toxins. Reef fish can get infected by feeding other species that are already contaminated with toxins. This is referred to as bioaccumulation. Fifth, nutritional supplements. Supplements that have blue or green algae or cyanobacteria can also pose a risk for exposure to cyanobacterial toxins. When algae are harvested to produce supplements, a toxin-producing cyanobacteria might accidentally be collected as well.
Number 1. Endangerment to human health or life. Toxins produced by algal blooms lower the suitability of water for human consumption. Their widespread presence in the water, as well as their rapidly propagating sequences, results in rapid water pollution, posing a health risk to people. Number 2. Death of aquatic life. Any living organism needs oxygen to breathe in order to survive. The oxygen dissolved in water is essential for fish and other aquatic organisms. Similarly, the algae bacteria need oxygen in order to survive. More aquatic animal deaths imply more food for algae, which means faster multiplication and in the long term, deterioration of aquatic life. Number 3. Ocean dead zones.
nutrient contamination can cause dead zones in water, where aquatic life cannot thrive due to a lack of oxygen. These zones, also known as hypoxia, are created by algal blooms that consume oxygen as they die and degrade. These might lead to a catastrophic extinction of aquatic life. Number 4. Ozone pollution. Airborne nitrogen compounds like nitrogen oxides help in the formation of other air pollutants such as ground-level ozone, a component of smog that can restrict visibility. Ozone pollution can damage trees and harm the appearance of vegetation in scenic areas. Number 5. Acid rain. The nutrient pollution in the air causes acid rain, which damages lakes, streams, estuaries, forests, and grasslands across the country.
First, proper sewage treatment. It is necessary to treat sewage water using the recommended waste treatment approach, the 5-step process that provides optimal treatment in order to decrease the levels of nitrogen and phosphorus in water. To avoid overfeeding key water sources such as rivers, lakes, oceans, and streams with excessive nutrients, disinfection, and tertiary treatment to remove components such as nitrogen and phosphorus for processes such as nitrification and final sludge treatment are required. Quality water treatment techniques also ensure that people are drinking safe water and most importantly, that aquatic life is protected. Second, reduction of pollution and water wastage on a personal level. To reach the global environmental conservation goals of minimal pollution, individual actions such as reducing waste, recycling, and reusing must begin with individual initiatives to conserve the environment. When everyone at home, at work, and at school does their part, the overall nutrient load in water bodies can be reduced, and the water treatment process can be made easier. It may eventually help to reduce the amount of algae that grows densely in the water. Third, optimal fertilizer application. Farmers must employ fertilizers to increase crop yields by supplementing nutrients that are deficient. However, depending on the nutrients to be provided, it can be done more effectively by using choices like top dressing or spraying. Farmers should seek advice from agricultural specialists on the best fertilizer to use and how much to apply.
Number 4. Use of hydrogen peroxide. Algal blooms have been successfully treated using this substance. This is appropriate for smaller water bodies such as large ponds or small lakes because it allows for easy monitoring of the compound's impact on aquatic life. Next, ultrasound bloom treatment. This method uses ultrasonic sound waves in water bodies to detect and control algal blooms, which can reduce algae growth by up to 90%. All of this has been tried and proven, and as a result, aquatic life is not harmed, and it is 100% environmentally benign with the added benefit of minimal operational expenses. Lastly, use of non-toxic cleaning supplies at home. At home and when washing your automobile, use phosphate-free, non-toxic detergents, soaps, and household cleaners. Use a small amount of detergent or soap. More isn't always better. Reduce water consumption and pour wash water into a sink, toilet, or the grass to reduce runoff.
Boracay Island. Each day since the start of Boracay's closure in April 26 for 6 months of rehabilitation, workers staffed by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources (DENR) gather green algae covering the island's white sand shores. The following morning, however, more algae are washed ashore. The culprit, according to Sadaba, is the untreated wastewater being discharged into the sea surrounding Boracay. For the past months of rehabilitation of Boracay, the following activities were done to bring back the beauty of this island: clean-up drives and beach clearing activities, road and drainage improvements have continued after the island was reopened, remove a total of 113 illegal structure in wetland number 6, and relocating more than 30 indigenous families who occupied the wetland inlands.
Gulf of Mexico, Florida. One of the most well-known harmful algal blooms is the Florida red tide caused by Carina brevis, a type of algae that produces potent neurotoxins. The toxins can be suspended in the air near beaches and cause human respiratory illness. What is being done about the dead zone? Managing of nutrients more efficiently in farm fields and by restoring wetlands and riparian systems to capture nutrients and reduce runoff. The Conservancy's Mississippi River Program and Gulf of Mexico Initiative are working with farmers and partners to slow or even reduce the growth of the Gulf's dead zone algal bloom. Legislation like the Restore Act and Farm Bill played a critical role in protecting the country's natural resources.